T. And we're going across to be joined by someone who had reverted to Islam in 1999. We're speaking with Sister Diyaana Smith. Sister Diyaana, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome.
Walaikum salam, alhamdulillah, and you?
Yes, Alhamdulillah, doing exceptionally well. And this is extremely important. This is relevant in the context of what we are talking about today. We're talking about World Hijab Day and also understanding, how this actually impacts, on other issues. And we always hear about religious freedom. We hear about cultural acceptance. We hear about gender equality. All these buzzwords that have been thrown about. Now, let's just talk about World Hijab Day first before we try and unpack some of these other issues.
Okay.
Sister Diana, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah. The thing is, today, February the 1st, World Hijab Day,
Job
and
day.
this is the first annual World Hijab Day in recognition of millions of Muslim women who choose to wear the hijab. How significant is this?
Um, Basically, in Islam, it teaches us to protect our modesty in life, and it also teaches us principles of how we should carry ourselves as women in today's society and how we present Islam. So it's very important for us as women as well, and we'll get the respect from all religions, I would say, because that's how we carry ourselves out in this world.
Yes. Now, the one issue is we know that there are many people right across the entire world who are not knowledgeable about hijabs. We know there are many misconceptions about hijab, about why people wear them, what is the culture behind it. And at the end of the day, when we look at a day like today, World Hijab Day, I'm sure, and you can confirm this with me, Sister Diana, is it actually creates a lot more awareness about some of these misconceptions and gives us an opportunity to teach people the true meaning behind hijab and what World Hijab Day
Yes,
is all about.
yes, it does. In fact, today we're so versatile and everything is just out there, and we're so proud to pronounce ourselves as being Muslim, and wearing our hijab and wearing our niqab. Times where people just look at you and think, "Oh gosh, what is this woman thinking? Is she forced to do so? Is she, you know?" But in our cases, we wear it with pride and teaching others about our religion. They come up to you at times and ask you, "Why are you wearing this? Is it permissible?" And then that's where you start discussing and explaining how our religion works and what it's taught to us and why we're wearing it and how it protects us. And teaching them, they somehow would and understand where we're coming from and why we do things in a certain way.
Yes, and also I think what is important for us as Muslims is looking at religious freedom because we know in certain countries, in South Africa, I don't think we have a problem, but we know that in many countries, and particularly in Europe, where we've seen the hijab come under the radar, the hijab come under the scrutiny. We've seen what has happened in France, in the Netherlands, in Switzerland, many countries that have actually banned the hijab. And again, a day like this would make a statement that we need to do what we need to enjoy what must enjoy religious freedom and this requires acceptance that we this is our belief system. We wear hijab, and by banning the hijab at the end of the day, obviously this goes against some of the freedoms that the West actually speaks about, because they speak about freedom of religion, freedom of speech,
Yes,
they speak about
yes,
acceptance, all of those things. But again, they send a very different signal when they ban the hijab, for example.
yes. They basically they haven't accepted our religion. That's firstly why would they. That's why they will ban the hijab. But if we stand up and, and teach them and show them we're not putting foot down or we're not standing down in our own beliefs as women especially, because we're not deprived from the world. We still have the world on our side and we have certain things on our side. So we should stand up to them and teach them that this is what is given to us in Islam. And we should wear it with pride.
Yes. Now, also, I think what is important is for people to learn about why hijab is worn. And when we speak about women in general, and there is a lot of talk about gender equality. There is a lot of focus on women, about acceptance of women, and again, this whole question surrounding this the reasoning why hijab is actually worn is many seem to look at it as if being oppressive to women. And
Yes,
again, it requires information, it requires education. How can we actually utilize World Hijab Day to educate, to inform, to enlighten people that this is not the case? This is a religious requirement, number one. This is part of our fundamental belief, but again, we are liberated through hijab.
yes. First and foremost, if we as Muslims wear our hijab because we know our reasons why we wear hijab, as women need to protect ourselves from the evil eye. And if we wear it proudly and teach others and others surrounding out of Islam and teach them about the beauty about wearing the hijab and how we protect ourselves and reason being why we protect ourselves because of certain statement that came from Allah Ta'ala when Allah Ta'ala told the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to tell their wives and daughters and to cover them from the head to toe. And that is part of our journey. So if we want to teach others, we have to do it proudly and not back down as to who we are and teach others as well that doesn't know and it is that are Muslims and teach them as well that this is what Allah has commanded upon us to wear and to do so. Even if we lost modern world lifestyle, it is from Allah and it's something that came from back then and hasn't changed and will never change. It's always going to be with us. So we should always implement it in our households, our friends, in the world, everywhere else.
Sister Diana, just finally, and I see there are some comments that have come through. One said, Ameen, well said, Diana. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make Diana a flag bearer of Deen, inshallah. That comes from
I mean,
Jawad Abu Bakr. So, and just looking at yourself now, obviously, you reverted to Islam in 1999, and it's a long
yes,
time now, 20 odd years,
yes,
about 25
yes.
years since you have been a Muslim. And I'm sure that you've come across many people, perhaps within your circle of friends, family, and all those things. And I'm sure many a question has arisen with regard to hijab, specific to you. And what sort of messages do you actually give them? How do you respond? What do you tell them?
Okay, first question will pop up, especially in the hottest day ever. Aren't you getting hot? And then my reply would be always, imagine how hot Jahannam will be. So when I wear my scarf, they know that, it's part of me, it's who I am. And this is how I cover my head. And to my, especially my Christian family, they know me as being Diyaana now. I've never even heard them ever call me on my Christian name. I'm so used to, and being so long Muslim, it's weird for them to use my Christian name. So they all call me by my Muslim name. So when I wear my scarf, I explain to them why I wear it. And I seen my aunt as well. She's the eldest in the family. She's been also covering her head, not because she feels that, okay, I'm going to follow Diana. She just feels it's the right thing to do. So my message out there and to my family and friends is Islam comes with we always covering our head and following the rules and so forth.
Well, Jazakallah khairan so much for that, Sister Diana, for coming on, talking to us, and sharing what you have with us on this day, which is the 1st of February, which is traditionally World Hijab Day, inshallah. And I'm sure you've
Yes,
inspired many, and we thank you for that. We say Jazakallah for the inspiration that you
Amen.
have brought to the
Amen.
broadcast this morning and to our discussion right here on Salam Media. Assalamu alaikum wa
Amen.
rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam. Jazakallah.
Sister Diyaana Smith with us this morning on the occasion of World Hijab Day. And with it, we're heading for the news. Zahid Jadwat is standing by.